Former Formula 1 driver and two-time Monaco Grand Prix winner David Coulthard took the all-new Formula E Gen4 car for a test drive around the iconic streets of Monaco. But after stepping out of the cockpit, it was his reaction that said it all. Left almost speechless by the pace, performance and the feeling of the car, Coulthard gave his instant verdict on the breathtaking new machine that will usher in Formula E's next era from the start of the 26-27 season this December.
Do I look like I've just had my morning coffee? That is, well, the most acceleration I've ever had around Monte Carlo, and I won here twice. Really, really impressive. And I've got to say, imagining where I've just driven it to where the actual drivers will take it, these guys are about to experience something that well, I'm going to say they're about to experience something that no one has ever experienced in racing. The four-wheel drive, the acceleration. Yeah, I'm a bit speechless actually. I'm also out of breath because I'm 55. Oh my God, what a machine!
How does it compare to the old one, if you can remember?
Look, you cannot compare really Gen 3, Gen 4. Gen 3, state of the art for its time, but just the movement of the car, a lot more loose on the rear. Having the permanent four-wheel drive, every exit, it's acceleration like you've never experienced. Where you still have the similarities to a race car is on braking, you have that pitch and movement. At apex, you obviously have what the limit of the grip is. The tyre will only give you a certain level of grip. But once you've got through the apex, you're putting the power and you think, it can take more, it can take more. And then you realise it can take everything. And that's something which is just not normal. So it's redefining what a race car can be.
Where were your expectations? Like, where did it rate on your expectations before getting into the next series?
I've driven a lot of cars over the years. The only four-wheel drive I've driven was a World Rallycross, which has got nowhere near the performance levels. So I had an understanding of what maybe that front-wheel drive pulling you out of the corner in collaboration with the rear would feel like. But when you have a car which is around 1,000 kilos with 600 kilowatts of power, which is just over 800 horsepower in old money, that's an impressive getaway. First time I went through the tunnel, there's a scene in Star Wars where everything goes warp speed. I've been through that tunnel hundreds of thousands of times, and suddenly the lights are doing that, and I'm braking in the middle of the tunnel as I'm trying to figure out where the car is. So I've got to say, you've done a great job.
You like it?
No, I loved it. What do you mean I liked it?
I'm staying away.
Yes, thank you so much for giving me that chance.
My pleasure.
Ellie, thank you. Shall we engage your traditional form?
Good to see you.
I think you're right.
I haven't heard the instant read.
Yeah, come on, debrief.
Man, as you said, the acceleration with that four-wheel drive and the 600 kilowatts is, I did my standing start at the end when the tyres were warm.
Yeah.
That's the fastest I've ever gone to 100 kilometres an hour.
So you leave your consciousness behind you when you hit the...
Like your physical body's just gone.
Yeah,
and you're
well,
like,
the first time through the tunnel, and I've been through that tunnel thousands of times, so I go flat out of second portier, and it was like Star Wars. And the lights were doing that. And I'm thinking, I went to bed early last night, so it's nothing to do
no
with
one believes that, by the way.
No, look, you've taken it from Gen 3, which was state-of-the-art at the time. Inevitably, racing improves the breed, and you've taken it to a level now which I actually wonder, I've driven it there, you drive it there, and you've got to imagine the current drivers are going to take that last little tenth out of it. The speed of the car makes me wonder how they can actually find that dicing and racing that we've seen throughout Formula E.